to my channel. If the lighting looks different, it's because it is. I don't have my umbrella lights on today. I just kind of wanted something a little bit more cozy. Hopefully that's what I'm achieving, and hopefully this isn't just super dark and annoying. All right, what I wanted to do today was talk about my 2020 goals. Not necessarily resolutions, because I do not have a very good track record with resolutions. I can go gung-ho for a few weeks and then it just falls by the wayside, and then I get upset with myself for not sticking to it, and then it just turns into this vicious shame spiral, which is very counterproductive. So instead, I'm focusing on just goals. Just things that I would like to do, like to accomplish, like to focus on, but I'm not going to put the pressure on myself of labeling it as a resolution. All right, I actually went through the exercise of writing down my goals, and I have broken them into 4 categories. So I have family, health, work, and YouTube. So let's start off with family, and in there I have 2 goals for myself for 2020. One is to be more present for the kids, so less screen time, not necessarily for them, but for me. I will admit, and I'm ashamed to do so, but I will admit that I am the parent who is looking at her phone sitting on the couch while the kids are in the room with me. Yeah. I don't wear that as a badge of honor. It is something that I would like to work on and just create more presence for myself, so that the memories that my kids have isn't of me looking at my phone, it's of me playing with them and engaging with them. So that is something that I'm going to work very hard on. The second goal that I have for myself under the family category is to help Barry more around the house. We do have a division of labor, so it's not that he does everything and I just sit around like, a kept woman. But the things that I tend to take care of are more cerebral, I guess. I don't know how else to say. He does the physical work. Like he carries the garbage out. He changes the cat litter. He chases the toddler. He often bathes the kids, if only because getting down and like reaching over the tub usually hurts my back, and then I'm out of commission for like a day or 2 after. And I, on the other hand, will take care of booking the medical appointments and booking the family vacations and like researching the stuff that we need to buy for the house, placing the online grocery orders, going to the grocery store, doing the shopping for the kids, for their clothes, all of that kind of, I shop for Barry for his clothes. So all of those kind of things usually fall to me. And while those things are important, I mean, we can't go running around naked, and I can't have my kids wearing clothes that are 3 sizes too small for them or have the knees all ripped out, it still leaves a lot of the physical work for Barry to do. And that is exhausting, especially at the end of the day. So I want to assist him more in that regard and just alleviate some of that pressure from him. So moving on from there, I have 4 goals for myself in terms of health. One of them is to get below 200 pounds, and I will accomplish that. I know I will. It is going to happen. I don't know how far below 200 I will get, but I will be below 200 pounds, and I can't wait. I'm currently less than 40 pounds away from that, and like I can start to see the light at the end of that tunnel, and I'm so excited for it. I have not been in the 100s in probably 16 years. That's a long time. So I'm very, very excited about that. My current weight I haven't been at in about 13, 14 years, so I'm going in the right direction and it feels amazing. Now, to help me get there, one of my other goals is to do a learn to run course through like the Running Room or something like that. And my friend Danica, who, if you join me in my live streams, you will have seen her in the comments on there. She participates quite frequently. She and I both want to do a 5K learn to run course in the springtime, so we're going to keep each other accountable. I am not a runner. I never have been. I've always wanted to be, but I never have been. I honestly think if I was being chased, I would still like take my chances with fighting and just override the flight instinct. I mean, if we're being perfectly honest, my instincts lend themselves more towards freeze and cry. Totally unhelpful in any sort of crisis. But running is a challenge for me. Not only just from the physical, like exertion side of things, but also I'm prone to getting shin splints. So we'll see how that goes. Danica and I also have a plan of doing a, what are those, like Tough Mudder races or some variation of that. I can't remember what the other one's called. The Spartan race, is that it? Anyways, rolling around in the mud and doing obstacle courses. I, in the past, have always thought that they looked like fun, but that I would never, ever, ever do one. But next summer, I want to do one. I want to challenge myself. I want to prove to myself that I can do those. And frankly, they look like a ton of fun. And if I have a friend doing it with me, I just think it's going to be a blast. I have no expectation of like winning the damn thing. I just want to finish it and I just want to have fun doing it. To help me accomplish that goal, I want to get back into the gym. I have not been to the gym in many years and I'm like itching to do it. Like I want to build muscle. I'm losing fat, but I have no muscle tone. I haven't worked out in years aside from just carrying myself around. My legs are strong as hell because of that, but I really have no muscle tone. So I want to go to the gym. I may even invest in a personal trainer just to get a program in place that I can follow and, again, learn, because this is all new territory for me. I don't really know much in the way of building muscle. I don't really know what I'm doing. So getting a personal trainer, I think, would be a really good idea. So that's another goal. The last goal that I have for myself is something that I know is going to happen in 2020, and it is something that I have talked about ad nauseum in all of my bariatric videos, and that is I want to go down a slide with my son on my lap. I want to do it. So it's going to happen. I'm not sure when. I'm not sure when I'm going to fully feel comfortable doing that. But with every pound that I lose, I get closer and closer to it. So it's going to happen. Probably in the first half of 2020. And I cannot wait. Now let's talk about my work goals. As you all know, I do have a job outside of YouTube. I am a family lawyer and I own my own firm. I feel like I say that in a lot of videos now, and it's not meant to be like a braggy sort of thing. It's just, it is what it is. That's what my job is. I have 4 goals for myself under this umbrella. So one is, and my business partner and I are already on this, we want to find a new office space. We've outgrown the space that we're in. When we first started viewing offices, we never thought that we would grow as quickly as we have. So our office space only has 2 physical offices in it and then a large common area. So my partner and I each have an office, and our associate lawyer rotates back and forth between the 2 of them, and we're on like a 3-day office sharing schedule. Our 2 clerks sit out in the main area. But it's time for us to grow, and we are now looking at office spaces that are going to have at least 5 to 6 offices in them. We want to hire another associate, so that's one of my other goals. So we want to have 4 dedicated lawyer offices. We want to have a boardroom, and we want to have at least 1 office for the clerks. We, at this point, don't anticipate hiring a 3rd clerk, so the clerks are going to rotate doing the clerk work that they do and doing reception duties. So we don't need 2 offices for them. We just need 1 that they can rotate back and forth between. But getting a boardroom would be really helpful, and we're just excited about this process. We've gone and looked at a few. 2 of them were just absolutely not the right fit. One of them was really exciting, but we just weren't necessarily in love with the area that it was in. We do have another list of potential sites that we want to look at, and when I return to work in January, that is going to be one of my first orders of business, is getting viewings set up so that we can go and take a look at these spaces. And I'm really excited about some of them because they're new buildings. They're in a really nice new growing area of town, and I think that it would be really great for our business. So I'm excited to go and take a look at them. I'm also excited for us to take on a new associate and just continue to grow our business and offer the best that we can to our clients. There are some other things that I want to do as well in terms of my career. So one is I want to become a mediator in 2020. So currently I represent people at court, I represent people in negotiating separation agreements, marriage contracts, that kind of thing, but I don't have the certification in place to offer mediation services. And knowing my personality as I do, I think I would be a good mediator. I do. So I have hesitated for far too long to take the mediation course because I've been afraid. And I have been afraid of the role-playing aspect of it. I've been nervous to actually go and do it, and it's silliness. And I'm tired of letting fear hold me back because honestly, what's the worst that can happen? I say something wrong and I learn from it. Like it's silly. The class is like maxed out at, I think, 6 participants. I know the people who are putting on the course, so really, what's the risk of embarrassment? And honestly, embarrassment is not going to kill me. I can continue to breathe through embarrassment. Yet it's held me back for so long. So 2020, that's enough of that. It's time. I want to take the course. My business partner is also interested as well, so we can do it together. And then it's another service that we can offer to our community through our business. In line with not letting fear rule my decisions, I've also applied to become something called a dispute resolution officer through the court. It's not a judge position, it's not a deputy judge, it's nothing of that capacity. There's no decision-making element to it, but it is assisting a judge in terms of certain types of court appearances, and I don't really want to get too technical because it doesn't matter, but hearing the issues from the parties, trying to assist them in negotiating a resolution, and failing that, at least helping them determine what disclosure is necessary so that when they do move on to see a judge, they're as prepared as possible. So that's the role of it. And I was so nervous to do that. And I want to give thanks to my friend Pam about this because she is the one who asked me to apply. And when I told her that I just didn't think that I was ready and I was sort of nervous about it all and just all of that, like every excuse that I could come up with not to apply, she very nicely but very firmly kind of shushed me and just encouraged me to apply and, reassured me that I can do this. And I know it's not going to be nearly as big and scary as I think it is now. I know once I actually do it, assuming of course that I am accepted into this position, that it's not going to be as scary as I think it is. And really nothing in life ever is. And yet I have for so long let that fear and that nervousness and the sort of mistrust of the unknown hold me back. And I'm tired of that. I'm ready to take steps and I'm ready to just see what else is out there and see how far I can push myself. And honestly, I suspect that this is the kind of thing that I'm going to look back at this segment of the video, 6 months from now and be like, my God, you made a big deal out of nothing. But right now, it's something that I've never done before, and trying something new is terrifying to me. It really is. But I'm not going to let that hold me back in this regard. Not when it comes to my career. So there's that. All right, so let's move on to my goals regarding my channel. And some of these are very specific and some of them are a little bit more broad. So first up, I would like to buy a new lens. Lenses are freaking expensive. I never knew that lenses could be as expensive as they are, but the lens that I have my eye on is about $600, and that is a big investment for something that really doesn't generate that much income for me. So it's something that I would like to do, but it's probably going to be in the later part of 2020. The other thing that I'd like to purchase is a new set of lights. I do have 2 umbrella lights and they take up so much space. This room that I film in is tiny. It's gotta be, honestly, looking at it, maybe 7 feet by 8 feet. maybe 7 by 9. It is very small and it doesn't have a great layout. So having these big umbrella lights beside my ring light, like, they take up like a quarter of the room. So if I could replace them with like flat panel lights, it would just make me feel a little bit less claustrophobic in this space and would help me be able to sort of like push back so that there's a little bit more distance and things like that. Like, it would just alleviate some of the space at any rate. So that's something that I have my eye on as well. Again, not a top priority, but something that I think would just make me feel more comfortable in this room as I'm doing this. In terms of my actual content, I want to do more collabs in 2020. In the past, I have collabed with Hayley Evans. I have joined Britt on her channel during some live streams, one of which also included Karen Harris. And I recently collabed with Emily Hanhan to do our top 20 eyeshadow singles that we would keep if we could only keep 20. And I have a taste for it now, and I really love doing it. Especially with the collab that I did with Emily. Like, I just thought it was really interesting to see her approach to it and her choices versus mine. And that's why I love tag videos as well, is that you get to see all these different perspectives to the same questions. So I want to do more collabs. The last goal that I have for myself in terms of my channel is to commit to uploading 3 videos a week. I, honest to God, don't know how I have managed to do a video a day in the month of December, but it's not sustainable. I can guarantee you that. It has actually been quite stressful keeping up this pace, and it's not something that I even hope to do. Even 5 videos a week is way too much. So I'm trying to find that sweet spot, the nice balance for myself. 2 is too little. 4 to 5, not always gonna happen. So I think if I can commit to 3, I think that's that sweet spot for me. I would love to create an upload schedule, but it's virtually impossible. Life is so unpredictable with 2 kids and a full-time job. Like, it just is unpredictable, and all it takes is one of us in our household to get sick and everybody's routine is thrown off. Or, you know, something happens at work and I have to stay late at the office and then I'm not able to edit that night, or whatever the case is. So it's really difficult for me to actually establish an upload schedule. But I think if I can just at least commit to the 3 videos a week, they're gonna fall where they fall. I'll try to make them on the same days, but I don't want to, say, create like a header on my channel that says every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because I don't know that I can commit to that. And then I'm just constantly having to do like community tab updates and things like that. And it's just gonna be more frustrating for everybody than if I just drop them when I drop them, right? So that's sort of where I'm at with that one. So that is it at this point. I mean, nothing major, nothing super pivotal, but those are the goals that I'm working towards. And as I flesh those goals out for myself, there will be more goals created, of course. But I just wanted to give you that overview of what it is that I plan to achieve and plan to work on in 2020. I would love to hear from you in the comments below what it is that you have in mind for yourself for 2020. Whether you do resolutions, whether you do determinations, whether you just have goals, or whether you do none of that. Is there anything in particular that you want to achieve in 2020? Let me know down below. And as always, I thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.